Hello and welcome back to the channel. On today's episode we take the outer sill off and the inner sill, but in the process we also take the front grille off, the right hand wing, the bonnet and the door. So the 1980s repairs hit back again with this repair on the front triangle webbing which connects to the chassis leg and the front suspension. I'll most likely have to replace this with a repair panel as a structural component. As you can see now, I'm taking the front grille off. I've already got the majority of the front headlight out and the indicator out. There's quite a few bolts to undo here, so I decided to speed it up a little bit to keep the video interesting. Now I'm in the process of taking the bonnet strut off, but first, before I do that, I have to make sure the bonnet's braced. I tried bracing it with a broom to begin with, but it was too long to fit into any of the locations I could prop it up with, so eventually stuck with getting a piece of angle iron and then sticking it into the bonnet hook. So to get the bonnet off, I had to enlist the help from my dad, who was busy doing some DIY work inside the house, but I couldn't really take it off myself without scratching or damaging something. Now at this point I try and get the front wing off, but as you'll see in a second, I discover something that prevents me from doing so. As you can see, it's been welded into the sill, which I was not expecting. I was just expecting a little bit of filler that would crack off. So you'll see in a sec I have to get the angle grinder out and cut it off. finally, with a swift yank, the front wing is off. So here I am, cutting off the final last bit of metal that's securing the outer sill onto the inner sill. As you'll see in a second, it's quite rusty, but a lot of it's surface rust except for the front and the rear where it's completely rotten through. Now the outer sill is completely off now, and we can see the remnants of the inner sill, the inner footwell and the front toe board, along with how completely and utterly rusty the bulkhead is. It's so far gone, I was thinking I was going to have to do a spring hanger repair, but luckily I managed to see I didn't have to do that. So the inner sill is now mostly off. Cut it off due to the fact it was too difficult to spot the spot welds, and I was also getting floor edge repair anyway. I've got to get a new front footboard, so I've probably got to take the pedal box out at some point, and then I'm gonna probably make myself one of these due to the fact it's probably just cheaper. I've also now had all the patches off in the rear of the bulkhead. Doesn't look too pleasant, but the actual mounting for the suspension itself is okay. I could repair this lip at the top myself without having to buy a whole new wheel well by moulding a piece of metal into the shape of it, and then also moulding a piece of metal that goes underneath the bit I've made. I'm getting a new rear bulkhead panel as well due to the fact it's just buggered. I'm going to leave these on for the time being because I'll leave this back part of the car until last, but it's okay to be fair. So yeah, I've also got one of these if I absolutely need it, which is what mounts where that is, but that's because I got these in a job lot with the car. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please could you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode where we take out the floor.